So I understand that the city's still considering this comprehensive plan. You know, how is the city going to expand in the future? And one of the things they want to do, which I think is interesting, and it runs counter to, I think, the natural inclination is to grow outward. And so how do you encourage people to actually, you know, have businesses inside or live inside, the infill, as it were? What are they considering in that regard?
This comprehensive plan would look at a lot of aspects, but they're talking about ways to incentivize developers to come in, and rather than, you know, it looks good to go develop at the edges, but then they have to run water and sewer lines and infrastructure there. There are a lot of lots and there's a lot of available land actually in the city that is not developed, and if they could find some way to give developers incentives to do something with those, where the streets are already there, the water and sewer lines are already there, then you know, it's kind of a win-win, because you get the infrastructure that's there, and you get new growth and new economic push into those neighborhoods. Well,
and another thing they're concerned, you were talking about, and it got my ire up too when we were talking about it, are these so-called suicide lanes. A good example being Sauncey. You've got basically a continuous median where people can turn out from any of the retail stores or some of the neighborhoods on this side. And the problem is, if someone's sitting in that median, you can't necessarily get around them, or sometimes you really have cars face to face because they can't get on the other side of it.
Right.
That just doesn't work.
No, it's a problem. It causes more congestion because the traffic flow is impeded. So one of the ideas in the plan would be to, as future roads develop, to put medians in there. It gives you, it cuts that cross traffic, so it improves the flow, it improves the safety. It also is an aesthetic, you know, an eye pleaser.
Yeah.
That would help, and it would change the traffic patterns, but it would keep people from doing this driving across. The thing that they'd like to do is maybe look at seeing where they could pick a couple of streets and do that sort of thing already to existing streets.
Like having some breaks onto access roads where they don't exist already, to get the traffic around there. Yeah.
Right. That's another idea, is to take, in retail areas, that sort of thing, to take the traffic off the street and have the development include a lane where people can move among stores, rather than having so many curb cuts that dump traffic into the flow of a regular, very congested street.
Karen Welch, I'm sure we'll be hearing much more about the comprehensive plan as it comprehensively develops.
Yes.